Hi, and welcome to week 5, lecture number 2. We have finally reached chapter 5 in our textbook that is actually about embedded sustainability. So we've been looking around the concept and looking at the definition, but it's in this section that we not only learn more about what embedded sustainability is to bring it into the fabric of your business, but we also are now going to look at the factors that help you to grow and continually embed sustainability in your business. Last week we talked about different strategies. You can have a blue ocean strategy where you come up with an entirely new market or product, and in doing so, because you've looked at environmental factors or the value along the manufacturing of a product, that you have an entirely new market that you've broken into, and it can serve the needs of customers that before probably hadn't been addressed. We looked at disruptive innovation, where something comes in and it's so new that at first it's almost rejected, and it takes time for the world around that technology or that product to change, and eventually it ends up becoming like the electric car or the computer disk, something that's never been seen before. So in looking at those, now we're going to look at the embedded sustainability in and of itself. And embedded sustainability, as we've talked about, is incorporating the environmental, social, and health factors into your business, and it is without bringing down the quality of your product, and without having to raise the price of your product so that it is still desirable on the market. Now, not every company sees the benefits of embedded sustainability. They look at their business and their business plan and their strategy, and they have a way that they're doing things right now. They are spending this much money to make this product, and they want to sell it for this amount of money. So their capital is being invested, they're producing the product, and they're selling the product. And they don't see how taking some of their initial money, their capital, and using it to bring into other areas of the business to invest it towards the future, how that is going to bring money to their shareholders at the end. One of the things that we've talked about is if you have stakeholders, people who have an interest in the company, and you can bring them in and work with them, you can actually find places along the chain, whether it's manufacturing or not, where you can actually cut energy costs, and so you are saving money, and you can still have your same quality of product, and you'll actually make more money for the company. Now, some companies who do not want to they're not ready to risk embedding sustainability, they will produce a product that's called bolt-on sustainability. They will have their company, but because it's popular now to have something that's environmentally safe, it's biodegradable, they will make an extra product, and they will call it their green product or sustainable product. An example of this is Nike, and Nike has a line of shoes that excuse me, are sustainably sourced, sustainably made, and they're their green line of shoes. The rest of Nike hasn't caught up to that. They're still manufacturing them in the same way. So what they've done is they've taken some of their money and they've made a product that they think that people want, and that they'll buy because of the reputation of Nike, and also the fact that it's been environmentally produced in a responsible way. So that's an example of bolt-on sustainability. Now, if you go to look at Nike now, they're actually working to bring in more sustainable processes for the earth and for social issues and for the health of their employees into their base business plan. So they're getting that, but many companies will just bolt on something that is sustainable, but it's separate from the main framework of their business. So if you want to embed sustainability into your operation, there are some questions that you need to ask. And we're going to talk about appreciative inquiry, which is knowing how to ask the right questions. So some of the questions that managers in companies need to ask, whether it's a CEO or midline managers, are, what is your business today? Is there something in it that you can look along the life chain and you can find places where you can utilize a generic strategy or blue oceans or even disruptive innovation. So if you look at your company today and you say, what can we change about this that is going to be environmentally sound, it's going to be socially sound, and it's going to take care of the health and well-being of our employees. It starts at the beginning. Then what is the nature of your industry? If you're producing a plastic bottle, then you have to have the raw materials, you have to have the plant, which is going to put carbon emissions into the air, you're going to use a certain amount of water, and as you go along, what is happening in your industry and within your company, you'll find ways to be able to hopefully make those processes better. The last one is, where will your company be in the future? If you're looking at this tenet that you need to have sustainability in almost every aspect of the business that you run, you need to think about, where do you want to be 10 years from now? And Walmart, when they went through an entire overhaul and decided that they were going to have sustainability at the foundation of everything, they wanted zero, their goal is to have zero waste, zero carbon emissions, and so those are really, really large, like the elephant. So where can you take the elephant and bite it one bite at a time so that you can work towards that? And in looking where you are now and setting the goal, then you can evaluate, what do you need to do now so that when the future gets here, you'll have achieved the goals and you'll continue to be profitable. At the same time, you're taking care of the environment around you. So that is what we're talking about today. You're going to have an assignment on the cornerstones of business management, so make sure that you read that really well in your book, because it will be a quiz. And again, if you have any questions, just email me and I will get back to you. Thanks for listening.